In this video, I'm going to give you the 3 running backs that's going to dominate your fantasy matchup this week, and I'm going to give you 3 guys to make sure you X out of your lineups. Let's go. First guy you need to start this week to dominate your matchup, Antonio Gibson. Now Gibson didn't have that great of a rushing day, 14 carries for 58 yards, but he also caught 7 passes for 72 yards. If his usage stayed this high, we're talking about RB1 type of numbers on a weekly basis. Then you got the Lions, who's given up the 5th most fantasy points to running backs last year, and then just gave up 4 rushing touchdowns to the Eagles. Lock Gibson in as your start of the week. Next guy you need to start to dominate your matchup, James Conner. And James Conner also didn't have a great day rushing the ball, but he did see 32% of the touches on offense though, scored a touchdown which had him around 16 points. He'll be a solid number 2 option this week as they're facing a Raiders defense that's given up at an average of 28 fantasy points to running backs since week 12 last year. Now my third guy you need in your lineup to dominate this week, A.J. Dillon. A.J. Dillon led the Packers in carries, targets, rushing yards, catches, and receiving yards last week and route to 20 fantasy points. He also had a 34% touch share, which was almost double what Aaron Jones had at 18%. I'd keep A.J. Dillon active against the Bears this week, who was being gashed by Elijah Mitchell before he got injured. Start A.J. Dillon this week. Now for my guys that you need to X out of your lineups. Let's go up to New England for the first guy, Damian Harris. Now, Ty Montgomery being placed on the injury reserve should be a benefit for Damian Harris and Ramondre Stevenson, and we'll see how the Patriots use either one in the passing game. I'm thinking they may go towards Stevenson, honestly, as a pass catcher. I think we should avoid both of those guys until we see what happens. Still, his defense should be able to contain that rushing attack anyways. Right now, I keep Harris on the bench. Next guy you need to leave on the bench, and he should have been sitting on the bench already from last week, Cam Akers. Now Cam Akers was pretty much missing in the Rams game against the Bills. If anybody knows where he was, please, for the life of me, let me know what is happening. Even he seems like he's surprised why he's not playing. At the end of the day, he's not playing, so he's not a viable fantasy option. I wasn't going to use him anyways, but now that I know you're not even getting the targets, we're in danger of having to get rid of Cam Akers. So please, do not start Cam this week and think about trading him for anybody else. Now the last guy to help you round out your group of bench warmers, Ezekiel Elliott. I was already concerned about Zeke before Dak got injured in week 1. Now, I'm just not confident in it at all. Their O-line already is banged up, and before they was banged up, they had a couple holes in it, and Cooper Rush isn't going to help anybody's value. Zeke was already in that flex range for me anyways, not a must-start guy, and I'm thinking I'm going to leave him on the bench this week. So now that you pretty much know who to start and who to take out of your lineup, set those lineups, dominate your fantasy matchup, and see me in the next video.